to block Mitt Romney from getting to 1144 and then take this entire fight to the convention floor. Is that the path you see to you getting the nomination?
Or to take it to a dialogue. There's a 60-day period between the last primary and the convention. We live in an age of television, radio, YouTube, video, what have you. I could imagine a dialogue would break out that says who's the right person, and whether it's one of the four of us or somebody else. But the question is, who is the person who is capable of defeating Barack Obama? And I think that's, and who's the person who represents the values of the Republican Party? And I think the challenge Governor Romney has is that he's been campaigning for 6 years. He put up $40 million of his own money. He has 16 billionaires in his super PAC, and he doesn't quite close the sale. And I think that, you can't ask the rest of us to help him close the sale. That's his problem, not ours.
But for the people who say, and they look at the exit polls tonight and other nights and say, the one person who wants you to stay in this race is really Mitt Romney, what do you say to them?
I say that we just got 2 out of every 3 delegates in Mississippi and Alabama for somebody other than Mitt Romney. I don't think that's what he wanted. I think that every time we can do that, I think every time we can jointly take votes away from him, the first goal has to be to get to a point where there's an alternative to Romney. Otherwise, he becomes the nominee.
You've said some interesting things on the campaign trail about Mitt Romney, and obviously you've been attacked with millions of dollars of negative ads. But do you think Mitt Romney has the character to become commander-in-chief?
I think he would be a better president than Barack Obama.
And that's it?
Well, I would support him to be president over Barack Obama. That's a pretty big thing.
And nothing else?
Brett, we're competitors. I'm not, go ahead and next time you have on the air, you try to get him to praise me for a while. It's a limited art form when you're competitors.
But you've called him unethical, a liar on the campaign trail. Could you see yourself?
I said to you tonight, compared to Barack Obama, I think the Republican Party will be unified because the prospect of 4 more years of Barack Obama is so totally unacceptable to any conservative American that we will all be on the same side trying to defeat him. I mean, this is a president who has truly in every way shaken the foundations of this system. And 4 more years of him, I think, would be a genuine disaster for the country.
Last thing, you have led the way on national Republicans on the issue of gas prices. You've been out there first talking about it nonstop, and as you mentioned, the White House has engaged you directly. Is that an issue that you see playing out in the general election, and why don't you think it worked in Alabama and Mississippi to your benefit?
Well, look, I think it helps some in Alabama and Mississippi, but I'm always the least funded of the 3 major candidates, and I always have the weight, frankly, of recovering from whatever Romney's robocalls and direct mail and other things are. So it's challenging, frankly, to get ahead of that, and I'm glad that we did as well as we did and that we'll get as many delegates as we will. I'm going to keep talking about the issue because I think it does matter, and I think clearly in the general election, if the president is faced with $5 or $6 a gallon gasoline, he is going to be in enormous trouble, and the economy is going to be dramatically weakened by that kind of gasoline price.
Last thing, Mr. Speaker, you are vowing to stay in this race. We've heard other candidates on the way out of the race vow to stay in the race. But for you, you're sticking to this.
I'm sticking to it, Brett. You've known me a long time. I'll be in the race.
Okay. Charles is saying you might have a resurrection yet again if you keep going. I don't know. We'll get some thoughts from the panel. Mr. Speaker, thanks for the time tonight.
It's been a wild year. Thank you.
We're going to